Hello, this is Dennis with A1 Telephone Service and Repair, A1 Electronics. You can reach us on the web at www.a1-telephone.com, and you can also reach us at 618-235-6959. Today I want to show you the final checkout video of a Uniden EXS9966 two-line cordless telephone in the 900 megahertz area, the 33 centimeters bandwidth. And so basically this is Sharon's telephone, and Sharon, we've done some earlier videos of this telephone, and Sharon had she really loves this telephone. She uses it in her family business, and she's on the telephone a lot. And she basically just, has been looking for these telephones, and we tried to find some parts for this telephone, and basically she just didn't really want to give up on the telephone. So I didn't want to let Sharon down. I wanted to keep troubleshooting this telephone until we, got all the problems repaired on it. Basically what had happened was the handset had no power whatsoever. And it was totally, there was no power, it seemed, because it was totally dead, it looked like. And so basically, although there was voltages on the main PC board of the handset, nothing came through on the screen. It didn't have any beeps. It wouldn't beep at you. It wouldn't react back to you in any form at all. And so basically, Sharon had found a company in California that repairs cordless telephones, and she had sent it out there. And then in the meantime, when she started kind of having problems with them, they weren't kind of like getting back with her when she would contact them, and they weren't giving her really any information about what was going on. She located us, and that's when I talked with her, and I said, well, would you feel better if I contacted them and tried to get your telephone back, or find out at least what's going on with it? And so when we figured out that this other company didn't have a clue what was wrong with it, we went ahead and had it sent back to Sharon, and then Sharon sent it directly to us. And so over a period of time now, while I was looking for parts, and I assumed that Sharon was kind of looking for parts too, or another phone, I just kept continually troubleshooting the telephone until we got all the problems with it repaired. And then the last video was about the dial pad still hadn't been cleaned. The telephone was repaired, but we need to go into the board and the pad for the dialing and clean all that. And actually what I did do in this last video, if you've seen it, there were some buttons up at the top of the telephone that didn't seem to react very well, and there was a spill in the telephone. So basically all that was cleaned. There were some things, some more stuff resoldered. We did some more troubleshooting, and we also repaired some of the buttons, because I know in the future they would have failed because there was a spill on them and it was starting to eat the conductive material off the buttons. So anyway, what it comes down to is we're going to do some final checks now, and I'm starting to feel pretty comfortable with the telephone working, because in the earlier video I wanted to make sure that we powered the telephone down, the base and the handset, and let it sit and then power it back up. And we've used this telephone in the shop now for a little bit, and we've powered it down a few times and then brought the power back to it just to make sure that everything was going to set up properly. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and ring it. I have the first line on the analyzer, and the second line is on a regular telephone line, and that's how we're going to be doing our checks. So I'm going to go ahead and ring the phone now. And you can see line 1 flashing. And then we have a display readout on the handset. And if you remember in the last video, just accessing these two lines were pretty difficult. I'm going to access line 2 now. And there wasn't much control over the buttons. They were giving us a real hard time. So there's line 1 and line 2. And also I want to show you, this is our ring. Has a low, a high, and then also our caller ID function for line 1 and 2, and you can switch back and forth. And these were all situations that didn't even light the screen. You couldn't see anything. The telephone handset had a lot of problems. We went through it, troubleshooted it, repaired quite a bit of different things on the board and a lot of different solder. But basically, all of that has been taken care of now. And I also want to go into, this telephone has a loud, a high, a medium, and a normal. So it goes from normal, so it has like 4 settings. So basically, we're pretty comfortable with the telephone now. I'm going to go ahead and do some dialing. If you watch the analyzer, I'm going to end in a 2. I'm going to hang up. I'm going to hit redial. And then I'm going to hit flash and redial again. And it'll end in a 2. Now, if you watch the analyzer, I'm going to go ahead and speak and transmit into the handset. And every time you see that red light on the analyzer is an indication of 100% modulation. Hello, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we know that the telephone is working. Let's go ahead, since line 2 is our line out, let's go ahead and call, like, say, we got it on loud. We'll call time and temp.
Good evening. Credit issues? Apply by phone anytime at 622-4600. 622-4600. Same day approval available. Today is Monday, January 2nd. The time is 6:42. Current temperature 34 degrees. Now the weather forecast for the Belleville area. Mostly clear and colder tonight, lows around 14. Sunny on Tuesday, a high in the mid-30s.
Okay. So now what we can do is I'll call my number and it'll be busy. Then we can call one other number.
Thank you for calling Walmart.
Might be on break. I think they just put us into Never Never Land. Let's do that one more time. We'll hit.
Thank you for calling Walmart. Thank you for calling Belleville Walmart. How can I direct your call?
Do you guys, can I get electronics, please?
Well, yes, I will. I'll put you on hold. They're busy with customers right now. I got somebody else on hold.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll tell you what. You can hear me okay, right?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, okay. I'll just call back later because I know you guys are really busy.
Okay, sweetie. Thanks.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Okay, so we know that everything is working on this telephone now, and basically I feel a lot more comfortable with it now. I like to, I'm kind of an over-checker. I like to make sure that everything is working. We're going to access line 1, and that's on the speakerphone. Access line 2. We'll go ahead and call line 1 again because the analyzer's on line 1. I'll let that go one more time. It'll end in a 2 on the analyzer. Hang up. Hit redial. It'll end in a 2. And then I'll hit flash. And then I'll turn it off. So here's one. Let me look up a caller ID here. Let me go into the caller ID. Let me try to find, I have to hit select. I don't want to show any of their personal information, but since we've had it in the shop here, I can probably come up with a number here. And basically that was a number out of the caller ID. And so that was someone who had called the shop. So basically everything is working on the telephone, and the telephone is back to normal now. And I feel a little better about using it a little bit because I'm an over-checker, and I want to make sure that the telephone is right and everything is repaired. And so you have to, it's a long process of test where you take the power off, you power down, you power back up with the base and the handset several times, and you just have to use it and go through it and make sure that it's going to work out for Sharon. Sharon really loves this telephone. She uses it a lot at her work. She's on the telephone a lot, and it's a family-owned business. And she, just is very happy and pleased with the way this telephone, this Uniden, works out for her, and she's very familiar with it. So, we wanted to do what we could to try to save it for her, and I do believe it's going to be okay for her. And we're going to contact Sharon, and we'll kind of do a final talk with her on the phone and make sure everything's working. But at this point, this is the final checkout video of this telephone. I'm pretty confident now that this telephone is going to be okay for her, and everything should work out. Now, the company that had it in California, I'm not sure if they troubleshooted it. They had it long enough to troubleshoot it, but I think if they would have just went into it board level and started troubleshooting it and tried to repair it, that they probably would have been able to repair it. But maybe they just didn't want to go through the process that you have to take. And that's why we do what we do here at A1 Telephone. This is Dennis with A1 Electronics, A1 Telephone. You can reach us on the web at www.a1-telephone.com, and you can also reach us at 618-235-6959. And this is Sharon's telephone. It's a Uniden EXS9966 two-line 900 megahertz in the 33 centimeter bandwidth. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.